I put out 3 videos a week, right? To do that, you need repeatability. You need everything to be bing, bang, boom, set up, let's go. Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Today, we're going to talk about something else that I bought that I think would be of benefit to you in getting that repeatability and a little bit of ease of use and maybe a little longevity out of your camera equipment. Yes, the Falcam. But this isn't the version 1. This is version 2 of the F38 quick release setup. So let me tell you what I'm talking about. I have the Sony ZV-1 and I have the small rig cage on it, right? You saw my video on that? It's over here. Come back afterwards, right? But this thing is great. One of the reasons I got this was for the grip, so that you know, my big old man hands actually have something to grip onto instead of the dainty little camera that is the Sony ZV-1. It's great, fits in a pocket, but it didn't fit my hands. Still fits in a pocket. Maybe you can see in the threads. We're getting a little bit of wear in the tripod hole that I always use, right? So we're gonna fix that because now I have the Nikon Z30 that I'm recording on, and one of the banes of my existence, while it's great, I have the tabletop mount or desktop mount, whatever, is getting the angle set up. If you notice, the edge of the frame is where the edge of the shelving unit is, and it comes over about this far. I'm looking at the preview screen to make sure my hands are in the right places. I'm a professional YouTuber, but I've got everything set up. And the problem with the desktop mount and something like, the heck was that? And my Ulanzi selfie stick is getting the angle set up just right every time because you've got the threads and all the other stuff. And the quick release is going to fix that. What it also fixes is the wear and tear on the tripod holes, because I don't have a cage for the Z30 yet. So the tripod hole gets screwed and unscrewed, screwed and unscrewed so many times. I've been using the Falcam F38. I bought it on Amazon. I think it was $34. And I've been using it for a couple of weeks. I installed one on the Nikon, and now I have the one on the tabletop arm mount, the Neweer, but we're gonna put one on this and this. So we're gonna take a look at what's in the package. I'm not gonna take all this apart because I bought a second one. Shiny in the packaging. We need to open this. Like I said, organization and a place for everything. Don't cut yourself, John. Nobody wants to see you bleed on camera. But these things are cool. Like I said, they're about $34 on Amazon. I bought them myself. I didn't like Falcam's website. I thought it was kind of hard to understand because it had all the options rolled into one. You could buy the base plate and you could buy the camera portion. You could buy them separately or together. And I didn't want to do that. I just wanted them together, give me one option. I found it confusing. But this is the version 2. And I know we've got like 3 minutes of preamble now, which is horrendous. I'm so sorry. But inside the package, which, funny enough, kind of resembles like an AirPod package, right? For the ear things, I don't know. I don't have them. I don't use them. But it's foam lined, top and bottom. We've got our mount plate, and we have a bag of extras and tools. None of this do I actually need. So we're going to put it back. We don't need any of that. If you're doing other stuff, I'll show you in a second, you might need that. But let's take a look at this bad boy. You can see here, it's got a silver lock button on it, and it's got a rubber cap, and we're gonna remove that too. But to remove the camera plate from the base plate, you push in the silver button, and it slots right out. So this is our base plate. This is where you can mount your other screws that came with it, and it's got a tool for working the screws in there. But this is real slick. Once the camera's on there, you just slide it to the side and it's locked. So I can slide it to the side, not coming out. I'll show that also in a second. Right now, we need to remove the rubber cap. Yes, we're gonna do that. So I'm just putting my thumb against the thumb screw. Rubber cap is off. And this is captured, so it doesn't fall out. You can unscrew it out, but I don't recommend it. And what we're gonna do is we're going to take it, we're going to line it up with the bottom of our camera in the tripod hole that we want, facing forward and back. And I like to have the writing towards the back of the camera, as I will show you in just a second. But we're just going to hand start the screw. You do not want to cross thread these things. Cross threading is bad. Now it's snug. I want to move it so that it's centered. You can see it's pretty well centered there on the camera itself. And then we're going to tighten it down. You can use a screwdriver. That will work. I have a fairly beefy screwdriver, but what I recommend for all the Lego fans is to use a brick separator tool. I happen to have one handy. The bottom end of it just fits in that screw, and you can tighten it down. That way you're not going to over tighten it. It's just going to be snug and not moving around at all now. It's pretty tight. The small rig is very tight. May have to actually put a screwdriver to that. Nope, there it is. So it's in there. It's snug. It's not going anywhere. So now, to put it on here, all right, you see the silver bit that I'm highlighting right now? That is the front. That's going to be the front because it slots into the back. I choose to slot front to back, but either way, that silver thing that I'm highlighting is the stopper. So what we're going to do is put the stopper where we want it, and you can see there, we're just going to push the button, and it falls into place once it's lined up. Click, and it's done. Now the silver button is here. I can push it, or I can slot it, and now the camera's not coming out. So we'll unlock it, and we're going to simply use the threaded bottom of it right here, and we're going to put our tripod thread through that, snug it down pretty good. And then on this one, I have it facing the right direction already, but I want to modify the angle, and there it is. Now I have quick release on my camera, so I can just push the button, slot the camera out, put it up there, or usually when I'm out now, I have the Nikon with me. I can just slot it in, and it won't go in, right? You can't push it in. Push the button, and then it'll slot in, okay? Push the button, slot it out. Pretty easy. There we go. For 34 bucks a piece, I've got pretty solid setup here. I think this is nice. And if you have multiples of, cameras and mounts like I do, you can buy complete sets and just mount them everywhere. So I might actually get a third mount and carry it in my saddlebag or in my camera bag so that I can take my Hero 10 off the selfie stick and then mount the Nikon on it, because I'm going to leave the base plate, camera plate on each camera. That way, I'm not wearing out the camera body, because that's something I'm afraid of. I don't know how many times the camera people test their products and well, it'll survive 10,000 screwing and unscrewings in the tripod hole on the bottom before it gives out. I don't know how many times that is, but I can already tell you I've seen wear on both ends of this. I don't know if you can see that. Can we get that in focus? You can see there's quite a bit of wear on this. And I mean, part of that is from me unscrewing this while I ride and getting handheld shots, right? Let's not kid ourselves. But the other part of it is I take it off whenever I get to my destination, and I put this in my saddlebag so nobody walks off with my Hero 10. So I know it's a very simple thing, but it really just means a little bit of extra repeatability for me, which lowers friction in the content creation process and makes things just easier on me. It's one less thing I have to worry about before I sit down and make content for you to watch. And other people too, I'm assuming. You're not the only viewer. Are there other viewers in here? It's okay. I'm going to leave now. No, I'm not. Have you tried these? Leave a comment below if you have the Falcam F38 system. According to my research, version 1 of it had like a twist screw or a knob or something instead of the little silver button. I much prefer the silver button, and it's not that expensive, so I'm kind of a big fan. They are made by Ulanzi. It says so right here on the box. So, of course, I'm a Ulanzi guy, I guess now. I'll forever be known as that. But anyway, what kind of quick release are you using, if any? And are you going to try one of these out? Because for 34 bucks, I don't think you can go wrong. Try my Amazon affiliate link in the video description below. Yes, help out the channel so I can make more silly content like this. It's up to you. Doesn't cost you any extra. Anyway, the 2 mantras. 1, you have a 100% track record of making it through a bad day. And 2, did I do 1 before? Anyway, we're moving forward. Number 2, do something nice for yourself every day. Maybe it's watching this video and getting a chuckle at your old buddy John. Bye.